Mm-hmm. 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 Hasidic Jews in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. 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 These are my people too. These are my people. These are beautiful people. Right? These are beautiful people. These are genetically God's people because they take care of themselves. They take care of their culture. They're proud of their culture. A little bit evil, no. A little bit paranoid, maybe. But if you're assaulted for 2,000, 3,000 years, you might be paranoid too. But you can see they have COVID and they don't even worry about it because they know God's law takes care of those that takes care of themselves, you see. And so they're not worried about getting sick because if they get sick, that's God's will. That's God's will to get sick. And if you die, that's God's will too. And when you accept that, you don't have to be a Nazi no more. Because the Nazis were bad. They were bad. They were just a right-wing cult of badness. But those started out okay, but they're not Jews. Germans are not Jews. And it was the invasion, the immigration of the Ashkenazi Jews into Europe that created such a strength because they were the foreign invaders that settled in seeking peace, of course. The diaspora, the Jewish diaspora, settled into places where they could, make a living, and they tend to coagulate together because culturally speaking, they are monolithic. They enjoy each other's company. They don't want to have a bunch of Gentiles around them. They don't take care of themselves. They sweat a lot. They drink beer, eat sausages. And that's not Jewish culture. But the Europeans, the Jews in Europe are very old. For the most part, it's peaceful. But when there's chaos, when there's economic decline, people look for scapegoats. Look for scapegoats. And the first thing you reach for is hate and blame. And it's easy to blame the Jewish culture because they're different. They're different. They're different. And so, even though sometimes maybe they hold on to the ancient ways, it's still, at the same time, it's their right to do that. And my view is that we just need to release ourselves from this poison, toxic hate phenomenon that really is the whole reason why we left Europe and Jerusalem in the Middle East in the first place, because we couldn't deal with the hate and the lack of resources anymore. And then we bring that same hate over with us, and then we wonder what's wrong. So we wonder what's wrong. We bring the old values here, we settle into it generation after generation, teaching the children the ways of the old world, but then what we bring is that we bring the old world problems with us, you see, and then we can't figure out why we don't get along. But that was the very thing we were escaping from in the first place, the old world problem. But we somehow incongruently bring them with us. You see, the cultural artifacts of the past are the very things that haunt us even now today, you see. And even though we want peace, we still bring some of those little cultural artifacts that were Turkey in the old world that you're running from in the first place. You see? And then we place on our table here of grace, and then we wonder what's wrong because we brought those artifacts with us. That's what's wrong. That's exactly what's wrong. It divides us.